Tile Universe. Number 2. This video is going to be a really good one. My goodness, YouTube. It's been so crazy. I've discovered so much about women that I just have to put it on here. Video 2. As we had left off, the neighbor had gotten into a feud with me dealing with the dog. And since then, because of my positive outlook in life and discovering about people who had near-death experiences, I sent her a text saying that I have to apologize to you because I just don't want to hold a grudge against the neighbor, even though whoever or whom not was in the wrong. So, because I'm the bigger man, we're going to move on to this particular person right here. That person is ultimately this video's goal. You see, she's manly, right? And I put little wrinkles on the face to show you. It's probably hard to see on this stupid video, but we're gonna focus on that subject. I am utterly just at awe at how she can manipulate this person and be a female. She can call her a bitch. She can yell at her at any time, any given time. She can yell at her and call her any type of name. This video is really, I'm going to take it like step by step, and I'm going to just let you know what happened after that day with the dog so you can get caught up. So, of course, like I knew, because I'm really close to Awa, I knew the dog would fuck up something. So, of course, the dog had shit up in the garage and tore up my wood grain. It's basically the some people have marble or whatnot in their garage, but some people have it covered over with wood for the walls. Yeah, he tore that motherfucker up, and thank God I made them pay a hefty fee for him to stay in there, because I got it's so strange, you know. Sandman, and there's also Black Ram. Black Ram is definitely a good person to really give an analogy on the logical thinking of the average female, especially lesbians, mainly. So they came to me with an offer of they're going to fix it or whatnot. And I said to them clearly, because this is a point where, you know, like I said, you always have to hold your ground. Okay? Hold it. So I said to them loud and clear, you're not going to fix that. I already know you're not. You just need to get rid of that dog. And sure enough, they somewhat got a way to get rid of the dog. Now, we're going to move on to this subject, okay? The subject had basically, they listened to porn very, very loudly, okay? And it was very annoying, but I understand why they were doing it. So once they moved in, of course they were very messy, because I mean, if these two are in this predicament right here, they're obviously very, very dysfunctional, and they've lost a lot, and they've done a lot of stupid things in their life. I already know. So they're going to be messy. This particular subject right here, she likes to drink quite a bit. I mean, quite a bit. But sometimes mixes it up with some crazy shit, which is ridiculous. So, the porn is very, very loud. And basically, one night I came down to the refrigerator. And I guess they had, plotted to basically like see if I'm an average man or if my dick gets hard like randomly. And sorry for the content, you guys. It's not meant for kids. So, and as I went to the refrigerator, she opened it up. She was half naked, and mind you, she doesn't. I forgot to tell you guys about the body. It's not that hot. It's not something. It's okay, but it's not something where I'd be like, yeah, oh my god, it's not my type. Especially this one. That's just pure guy. I mean, just pure American Negroeth guy. So, I proceeded to just get my stuff, and she immediately was like saying things like, oh, I was naked and blah, blah, blah. To see about my manhood is what I basically discovered in the future. But I just really didn't understand why they played the music or the porn so loud or whatnot. Because, I mean, I'm watching quite a bit of porn in my room, too. But, you know what I'm saying? I got my Bluetooth, so, But I discovered that they try to be like me. And I used to thought that only guys did that, but it's just really hard to describe. I mean, they would try to download things about what I do and stuff like that, but I always came up with the defense of I'm really busy. Or one time they tried to cook for me, and I'm just like, no, because I knew if they tried to cook for me, then it's just a way for them to try to get more and more. Once you get an inch, they want a yard, and so on and so forth. So, this girl right here is very promiscuous, and she has a older ass girlfriend, just pretty old apparently. And here goes where the story gets so kerfuffled and so weird, and where I just know that all women, as a collective, they're very irrational. And when you hear guys say that, if you've never experienced it, like a lot of MGTOWers say, like Alex on Life, he says that, if you've never experienced it, you won't know. But remember, this is coming from a male who's like, I can get pussy. I can walk out, I got pussy like on the way. I don't really give a fuck about talking about it, but it's just like, I don't keep it. Just like Sandman is saying, like, you can still have your cake, and now I'm eating it too. So anyways, this particular girl right here, she has the old lady, and she found out about it, and she was pissed off about it, and she also has guy friends too, who is, I'd say, a guy named Book. It's really not his name, but basically rhymes with that. And they know their boundaries. They know that I do not want anybody in here. Right? They know their boundaries. So this is the second month of rolling with these guys. I call them guys. Anyways, so she's pissed off about that. There was a night where they came home, and she's cussing at her, calling the bitch. She's overbearing. That's what she said to her. And there's a roles usually where she'll be doing the yelling or whatnot, and she'll be very, 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 very quiet. And I found it a paradox, and I didn't know at this point why women they like these stick together. But this also added to the puzzle right here, which the puzzle of making sense is that they know they're not going to fight each other because that's all they have. This girl from her literal mouth said, while she was gone with this old lady, she said on the phone with her boyfriend or whatever, she was like, man, I could fuck her better than that old lady can. You understand? I mean, she can only have a strap on. It baffled my cognitive thinking. You see, it just baffled me. And so she proceeded to say that she has bitches on deck. She has hoes on deck. And it just confounded me because she sounded just like the American black guy. So now I understand. She gave me a list of 100% of where the majority of the black American guys who act like this. I mean, she sags and everything. She's just the poverted black chick. She has no car and no license. All right. This chick barely has a license, but we're going to move on to the story because it's going to get crazy. But anyways, I mean, she acts just like a guy. I mean, there's no difference. So once it put to the piece of the puzzle that this is where black guys got it from, I was like, cool, I'll continue in my documentary. And so I can piece together who people who to just stay away from. I already know, but just reasonings why women act like they do. So, basically, she stood away for 2 nights, and she was pretty angry about that. So, eventually now, somehow she knew, right, which I have to give it to her, that this chick wasn't getting fucked right, because she came back home after 2 days, which is typical of the American woman, who understands her rights of being free, who can move to dick just like the birds do if you look up a documentary of birds, okay? And I used to get real angry at it, but it's like people say, once you understand the way the game goes, and you choose not to play, and thank God, once again, Sword Art, games, there's other games available, and when I feel that urge, I can put it into my own hands. And I feel proud to say pass the Kleenex, you know what I'm saying? Like, before I used to get real angry, but now we have to do that because these females are crazy, okay? All right, here we go. So we're moving on. So eventually they found a place for the dog, and the garage is still fucked up. So I finally can move my car back in. So I know there's always going to be more domino effects going on. So, this bitch right here gets really drunk. Okay? Now, mind you, she's probably like almost 40. And this girl tries her hardest to keep her in check, man. She tries really hard. I have to give it to her because she's a woman, so she knows that she can say whatever the fuck she wants to say. You understand? I'm learning a little bit from her. Now remember, this video is not to hate on nobody. It's to also educate and to learn and teach myself and you what's going on in the world firsthand. So, she's really wise because she can holler and scream and she'll say, "Oh, I'm about to hit you," and shit like that. I mean, these girls get loud. I mean, so there's points where they're just like dildoing for a long period of time, and my like floor squeaks, so you're hearing the squeaking. And at the time, sometimes I'm like, damn, they're really getting it in. But it's such a weird paradox. I feel like I'm in this like, a trance of like, of course you know what's going on, but you're just like, how low can these girls have gotten to this point? You know, like, I know I want a robot girl one day. Yeah, that's going to be cool because I'm going to be doing things to it. But